Hello everyone, and hello to all my subscribers. Today we're going to walk you through some ideas on putting together Lot Tree Family History Pages book. So let's begin. When creating your Lot Tree Family History Pages, you might find it challenging to determine where to start, or you may need some inspiration. So join me as we go through my pages so you can get some ideas of your own. Just remember, there is no right or wrong way. It's just your way, as each person is different and the information you put in the person's chapter will be different. First thing you will need to decide is who you're going to work on and what type of pages and what colour you are going to use. When you do that, just follow what you think is best. Here are some of my pages. I have 9 pages I use with most of my ancestors. Here they are. First page I use is the Ancestor Profile page. It lists information about your ancestor. This is my great-grandfather's ancestor profile. You see you've got your name here, you've got date of birth, date of death, mother, father, spouse, and all the children. If you don't have a picture, you could use a silhouette or a picture of where he was born, or a map. Here is another ancestor profile of another one of my great-grandfathers, and instead of pictures I've used a map, and I've just put in the notes what the map was about. The second page I use is the birth page. It lists all the birth information about your ancestor. For my great-grandfather Frederick, as you see, I don't have a picture, so I've put a picture of the birthplace and just the information: his name, the birth date, parents, birthplace, occupation of what his father was doing when he was born, and on the blank page I've put the birth certificate. Here's my other great-grandfather, Elijah. Now I've put a picture of the birthplace and a little note about it, and again the name, the date, the address, the mother, and the other children born at the time. And the next blank page I've put the certificate. Page number 3, Birthplace Page, is where you put all the information about the birthplace of your ancestor. This is the birthplace page of Frederick. Now I've put a picture of a house. It's not their house, but it could have been like their house where they were born. The year was 1878, and the place, the birth location, and in the notes I've put a bit information about the town. Birthplace page of Elijah. I found an old postcard. I put that in. And same information and a bit about the town. Now you can also put a map of the birthplace if you can't find a picture. It's up to you what you do. It's your stories. Page number 4, Mother's Profile page. This is where you put all the information about the ancestor's mother. This is Frederick's mother's profile page. Now it's got her name, her date of birth, her death, her parents, her marriage place, and I've got a picture and I've put the year of the picture. Now if you don't have a picture, you could put a silhouette or anything you like. And if you don't have any information either, you can just put a blank page so you know you have to go and try and get some information about it. This is Elijah's mother's profile page, Mary, and usual information: date of birth, place of death. If I don't know the information, I've got unknown. And for the picture, I've put a picture of her place of birth because I like to have pictures on the pages. Here's an idea that you can put with the mother profile page. To go along with the mother profile page, you can put the maternal line photo tree or the maternal line page. The fifth page that I use is the father's profile page. This is where you put all the father's information. This is my great-grandmother's, Annie O'Brien's father's profile page. And here we go. He's got the name, birth date, where he was born, mother and father, marriage, and I don't have a picture, so I have a silhouette. But you could put a picture of where he was born, so Kilkenny, you can put one there, or something else. Here's another example of one of my grandfather's profiles, and it was for Thomas Collins, and it has all the information. He was born 1794, and instead of a photo, which I don't have, I've put a picture of where he was born in Wales. And the information I don't have, I've put unknown. Here's another idea for you to go with your father profile page. And just like the mother profile page, the father profile page, you could put the paternal line photo tree or the paternal line page. This is the sixth page I use most often, siblings profile page. This is where you put down all the brothers and sisters if the ancestor had them. Here is Elijah's sibling profile page. As you can see, I don't have photos, so I've put silhouettes. And this little one, John, he died when he was little, so I've got a little child silhouette just here. And it tells you all about each sibling, and if they had children or they married, it goes in there. Just like this. Is for Frederick, his siblings on the sibling profile page. For him, I have photos for his brothers and sisters, well, most of them anyway, and you just put them here with all the information. And the ones I don't have, I've put silhouettes. If your ancestors were married, this is the seventh page I use most often, the marriage page. This is the marriage page for Elijah. All the information that's on here I got off the marriage certificate. The photo is a painting of the church they were married in. It wasn't around the same time, but it's still a nice picture, so I put that on there. And I've put the marriage certificate on the blank page just after it. This is the marriage page for Frederick. Again, I got all the information off the marriage certificate. Now, I got some photos of the church they were married in around about 2 different times, so I just stuck them together. And to cover the box that was there, I just took a screenshot of a white background and stuck it over the top so you don't see the line. And the certificates I put on 2 next pages because I have 2. This is the certificate that was given to them when they were married, and this is the certificate you get from the registrar. So it just gives you an idea of what you can do. And of course, if you use the marriage page, you would use the spouse page. This is the 8th page I use most often. We have the spouse page for Robert, and it has all the information, the children, and there's a picture down the bottom. If you don't have a picture, you could put a picture of the church or a picture of a place where they got married. Just a little idea for you. The spouse page for Elijah. And you notice here that I didn't have a picture, so I put a picture of the church where they got married. And all the information is up the top, and the children are just there. Photo family tree page is the 9th page I use most often. This is where I put photos of the immediate family of your ancestor. This is the photo family tree for Elijah. You see you've got the immediate family, so you've got Elijah and his wife and his children. Now I've used silhouettes for the children, and you see this one died young, so he's got a little baby one. And I've used the pictures where I've got them. And this is Frederick's photo family tree. You see Frederick and his wife and then his children. And I've used silhouettes, and I've used the little kids ones for when they died young, and the other silhouettes and photos where I have them. Now that you've done the beginning of the book with the information about your ancestors' family, now it's time to do the timeline part of the book, or the middle of the book. This part will depend on the information you have on your ancestor. For example, the main things like occupation, census records, electoral rolls, military sheets, newspaper clippings, criminal records. If your ancestor immigrated, you could use the immigration page and put all the information on there. Like my grandfather, I have the boat, and I found newspaper clipping of when the boat arrived, so I've stuck that picture in there. And then his immigration records I've put on the blank pages, just like that. And some more newspaper clippings that I found in the paper on Trove. There are a lot more pages that can be used, like this one. This is my grandfather's. He was in a children's home, so I've used that page and put information in there. I found pictures of the property and newspaper clippings, and I've stuck those in there. Also, you could put land records, property records, school pages, school information. If they were in the Freemasons, you could put that in there, or any other club. If you know what vehicle they used, you could use that. Or on various holidays like Christmas holidays, New Year's. It's another idea you could use. Now we've done the timeline, the person's life. Now it comes to the end of the book, or the end of the chapter. Here I have the death of my great-grandmother, Annie, and I have all the information on the death page, which I got off the death certificate, which is on the blank death page. And then we have the cemetery page. I googled, and I've put all the visiting hours, the phone number, and a link to the website. And in the notes I put a bit about the cemetery. Then I have the cemetery map and find my grave. I put all the information in there, plus the pictures of her and a plot. And then I did a screenshot of the actual page itself. You could also put the will. If they had a will, you could use the will page and the probate page. Here is Elijah's death record. I filled in the information about his death and his death certificate I've put on the blank page. There is an inquest in the newspaper, so I've added that into the newspaper clipping, and I've put all the information. It's very, very hard to read, so I have put a red box around it. And then we have the cemetery page, Again, I put the email address, the phone number and the web link. Cemetery map. And find my grave with a screenshot of the grave. You could also use the cause of death page, which you got the cause of death off the death certificate. You could use that page as well. I just wanted to show you how I organise my research and how I organise my pages. They're basically the same. So this is the folder for family history, and I have the families. This is the Collins, and it's got Collins family history, and it's got the colour that I'm doing the page. So Harding is light olive and Fairbanks is lavender. I do have more families, but I haven't done the pages yet. So here's the Collins one, and here is my grandfather and my grandmother, and then my great-grandfather and great-grandmother, and so on and so on. Now I'll open up this one and I'll show you. The children have the hashtag, and there is my great-grandfather and great-grandmother. They have the favorite buttons. And then for my grandfather, I've got see main folder, and then inside it will just be the book. Now I'll show you where I keep all my research on the computer. My computer, and I've marked the files the same. Collins dark blue, Fairbanks lavender and Harding light olive. And here's Elijah and Elizabeth's folder, and the children are marked the same with the hashtag. And Elijah's folder, I have a folder for the book, which is there, and I have a folder for research. So I have the census records, I have the birth, deaths and marriages, electoral rolls, newspapers, pictures, and anything else I find I'll make a new folder. But most of the folders have the same stuff in them. So we've got Florence, she'll have a folder for the book and a folder for research, and she'll have the same folders. And see, you see James, my grandfather, says main folder, so his is back here, just there. I find that organisation is key to knowing what you have. So if you're interested in documenting your research, you can access the link provided in the description to find some pages to record your family history. Just remember that every family has a unique story, and sometimes the best chapters are the ones waiting to be uncovered. For additional information on utilising lock tree pages, you're welcome to view the linked video or explore further details provided in the description below. With that, we've come to the end of our journey through the chapters of my lock tree pages. Until next time, happy researching and goodbye.